Hey guys again, it is actually 3 o'clock in the morning. I took my meds over 2 hours ago. Still haven't fallen asleep, but the munchies are hitting in, so I'm trying a natural and dairy-free sorbet that is chocolate. Dun-dun-dun. Really good. Now, on the gross part of the spectrum, because I'm eating ice cream, I'm eating, period, and I'm going to talk to you guys about this. So I've mentioned in previous vlogs that I have these tears, they're called fissures, these tears in like my, there's just no modesty when it comes to digestive illness, but basically there are like these rectal tears, and so they very easily open up. I've done steroid treatments a gazillion times. That hasn't worked. Or it works for like short term, but then I have problems. I have lidocaine jelly that not jelly, I guess sort of, that I can put on and it helps the pain. But today I actually, earlier today, I actually went to the bathroom and there was a lot of blood, and like a lot, and I just kind of waited for the bleeding to stop. I was having this like left-sided pain, and for anybody who doesn't know, I think you guys would be seeing the reverse, but your colon starts on the right side, goes up, down, and then it goes down and out. Ouch. So a lot of the pain that I was getting with my digestive problems is right here in the middle. I got earlier, after I was able to clean up and go to leave the bathroom and go back to my room, and I didn't even need lidocaine. This is why it's so strange, because I didn't even need lidocaine because I wasn't in pain, but I like passed some blood clots too, and then I was just like, okay, that's weird, but like I was just gonna let it go and hope that it didn't come back. And then a couple hours later I went to pee, and I had another couple clots and I was bleeding again. So I'm bleeding internally somewhere in my large intestine, and it's definitively, it would be someplace in my colon, because bright red blood means that it's new blood, so new blood would signify that it's in my large intestine. Any blood that's in your stool that's like black, it means that there's some upper GI, because it I don't know, it goes bad by the time it gets into your colon. So I hesitated telling my mom, but I told my mom, because I was thinking maybe it was just gonna pass tonight and that's it. And she was like, you really need, because I had the left-sided pain again, and she was like, you need to email your doctor. So I'm emailing, or I sent an email to my gastroenterologist, so that at some point tomorrow he can just get back to me. I might see him during my infusion on Thursday then. Especially also we need to talk about the infusion situation, and the thing is, now the type of colitis I have doesn't cause ulcers because it's microscopic, it's just in the tissue, it's not causing these big spots of irritation, it's kind of just everywhere. I shouldn't be bleeding from it, and I shouldn't be having left-sided pain while bleeding, so it makes me kind of feel that it isn't the fissures and that it's something in my intestinal tract. So what that would mean is that I'd probably have to have a colonoscopy. I had a FlexSig, which is like a partial colonoscopy. It's a little confusing, but I had a FlexSig. Sigmoidoscopy is like the full word, but I had that in my last admission, so and my biopsies came back clear, so I don't know. I don't really know what's going on. But any questions about anything, check the links. I labeled everything. You should be okay. If not, contact me. I am open to questions. I'm sorry that this was a gross conversation, but unfortunately, a huge part of illness in general, not even just digestive, is gross to talk about. So breaking down that barrier, of social acceptance. Anyway, it's now 3:15, so this is my last video. I'll see you guys tomorrow when I wake up, hopefully after I've gotten a lot of sleep. Alright, so it's like 1, actually it's like 12:30, but, update is that, I don't even know why, because I wasn't playing anything, I wasn't doing anything that this should have happened, but my phone completely died overnight. So I woke up, was trying to turn it on, trying to find the charger, and I couldn't find anything. So I got up, was looking around, and then I woke up too much that it's too difficult to go back to sleep. I ended up finding the little charger thing and plugged it in, waited a second, and I had a voicemail. When I turned it on, I had a voicemail, and I had, an email from my GI, so, yeah. It's not good. He said that I need to be, I have an infusion tomorrow too, and he said that I need to be, to be evaluated today because, the bleeding doesn't sound like a tear-related issue, so, but my grandma has a doctor's appointment, and my sister's at a job interview, so, I'm carless until, pretty much until 2. I'm being dropped off at the office, and Adrian's gonna come get me from the office. So. Okay, so I am ready. Yeah, I'm ready. I packed up my backpack. What Adrian doesn't know. Okay, partially this is because it is partially because I'm tired of kind of my essential oil diffuser is pretty big, and I'm kind of tired of bringing it back and forth because it takes up so much space. I have to carry an extra bag that has all my essential oil stuff in it. So what Adrian doesn't know is that I checked the prices for just a run-of-the-mill diffuser at Bed Bath & Beyond or CVS, and so what I'm going to do is after the appointment I'm going to have him drive me to Bed Bath & Beyond, and I'm going to go pick up a diffuser for him so that when we are together he can use it. So although she was in the vlog yesterday, I didn't introduce her. So it's my sister Allie. She's 18 and is going to Sacred Heart University, and she just got a job at American Eagle today. That means close for us. Waiting for my doctor. Pulse is 125. So the appointment went okay. Basically, we think the majority of the bleeding came from a ruptured hemorrhoid on top of the tears that I already have. So I just have to monitor the bleeding, but they're actually doing the reverse, and they're working on home infusions and no port. So I'm gonna be honest, I was crying 5 minutes ago, but I have to show you guys this thing on the wall that was like helping me relax. It looks like a cow's face. I'll show you guys in a second, but they actually, when I got there, I was called back in less than 5 minutes. But guys, there's a cow, guys. It's a cow's face. Oops. It's a cow. It's a cow, it's a cow. Yeah, so I'll update more later, but I'm just like losing my mind this week. Hey guys. So I don't really remember what I updated you guys with, so I'll just give you like a quick rundown of the appointment. He said after examining me, he said that the pain was definitely intestinal, and he said that it looks like there was a bad hemorrhoid that most likely ruptured, but he said it wasn't super apparent. So he is sending medication to the pharmacy so that I can just make sure that the area heals. The other thing it could have been, if it keeps happening, what could have happened, I don't know how to pronounce this, so bear with me. I think it's ischemic colitis, ischemic. I think it's ischemic colitis. So what that means basically is that I believe it happens when there's a drop in blood pressure, that your body then, and this would be very, not normal, but it could easily happen for me because of my POTS. Basically it's that, like, if your blood pressure lowers or something like that, there's blood going to all of your important internal organs, your brain, your heart, your lungs, your liver, it goes to all of the important organs. And in the grand scheme of your internal organs, your large intestine really isn't that necessary to be getting all this extra blood flow to, because it could stop working for a period of time and it's not a big deal. So he said what would happen then is that once everything is okay and your blood pressure normalizes, then your body freaks out and sends all this blood to your colon, and then basically he said that it's like a colon period, that there's all this blood that rushes to your large intestine and you bleed it out. So it could be that. He thought he saw a hemorrhoid that ruptured. I have the fissures, the tears too, so we don't really know what's going on. So I'm going to use medication for it and just monitor to make sure I'm not bleeding anymore. And this is what I bought for Adrian. It's so cute. It's really tiny, and it's a little diffuser. So what I'm going to do, it was cheap. I went to Bed Bath & Beyond. It's small, so the water capacity isn't very much, but it will continuously flow for 3 hours if it's not plugged in. And since it's super compact, he can actually put it on his nightstand where my phone is right now recording. So yeah, I'm interested to see it. So I'll unbox it later and show you guys. So yeah, I'm gonna relax. It's about 5 o'clock. I'll see you guys later.
So I nearly choked.
It's so cute though. I can't. I love it.
It looks like a little egg.
Yeah, it does. Little pod.
In 3 hours is pretty good too.
And it's USB charged. So maybe it doesn't charge. Maybe it just you have to keep it plugged in, yeah. This is what, 17?
Yeah, it doesn't say.
$17. It's pretty good.
Yeah, the guy was nice, gave us a nice 20% off.
Yeah. So it's about 10 o'clock. What I'm gonna do is close out the vlog and just relax the rest of the night. I keep forgetting, but I do have an infusion at 10 in the morning tomorrow. I don't know if because I was very, the videos from when I was at my doctor's office earlier were so choppy because people were like, it was like the lobby was empty, but then people come in, so it was like I started to say one thing and then somebody would come in, so then I'd turn it off, or I wouldn't finish what I was saying completely. But basically, he actually is, my GI is having my POTS doctor contacted my GI. He spoke to the POTS doctor so that he could be the one to facilitate the IV infusions. So what he's doing now is I'm gonna have the infusions done at the office, but they have somebody, one of the receptionists in the office, working with my insurance company to work out home IV fluids, which is like amazing. It's really like really good. I'm really happy about that. So the only thing that I really don't know what I said earlier, the only thing that really kind of like upset me after today was the whole port situation. But I think when I spoke to my mom, she actually still agrees that due to how my health is, that and we're gonna wait, but due to how everything kind of pans out with me, having some form of a central line would probably be best, and especially because ports do last like 10 years. So what I think we're going to do is have these home infusions go for a little while. They also they figured that a lot of the POTS medications would actually aggravate my digestive system, which we can't mess around with. So there's one that I'm going to try at a very small dose while doing the infusions. And what I was saying before is that once the home infusions are going and I'm getting them twice a week, and we kind of get into like a sweet flow or like a sweet spot, like a sweet rhythm. Not a sweet rhythm, it's called a sweet spot. Like, I hope you guys understand what I'm saying, because I just keep sounding stupider, but yeah, once we figure that out and we figure out what's working for me, we are going to possibly speak to my POTS doctor about the port, and then maybe see some more specialists at Columbia Presbyterian in New York City to try to figure all that stuff out. So it's a lot. I'm not like depressed or like upset, and like the crying I was doing from the other day, a couple days ago, it's not necessarily that like it's like, oh my god, I hate my life, I don't want to do this I don't want to do this anymore, but it's not like I hate my life, I'm depressed. It's this week, at least, I'm overwhelmed as hell. Like, it's just been a lot of serious stuff, and then with the bleeding last night, it's been a lot of serious stuff, and my blood is being tested tomorrow to see if I have like low hemoglobin, to see if maybe I would need an iron infusion next week too. So yeah, we're gonna figure out kind of how to get this working and to figure out what works. So I'll let you guys go, and I will see you guys tomorrow morning for my infusion. So have a great rest of your day, guys, and thank you for watching. And thumbs up or subscribe or whatever you want to do. Thank you.